Good afternoon and welcome to MX Business Breaks on MX24. My name is Marie-France Fojo. Coming up in the next 10 minutes, President Akufo-Addo projects Ghana's economy to grow by 5% in 2021 despite impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, Secretary General of AFCFTA, Menewam Kele, calls on African economies to shift from the colonial economic models inherited from the West. We have details of these and more in the next 10 minutes. Stay tuned. Now to our very first story. President Akufo-Addo has predicted a sharp economic rebound for Ghana's economy this year, despite the lingering impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The projection of 5% expansion of the economy is in sharp contrast to the IMF's 3.2% projection. The president is optimistic that the 100 billion Ghana Cares Obatampa program is likely to turn around the economic fortunes of the country this year. He made this known when he delivered his first State of the Nation's address of his second term in Parliament on Tuesday.
The key projects under the CARES program include A. Supporting commercial farming and attracting educated youth into commercial farming. B. Building the country's light manufacturing sector. C. Developing engineering, machine tools, and ICT digital economy industries. D. Fast-tracking digitalization. E. Developing Ghana's housing and construction industry. F. Establishing Ghana as a regional hub. G. Reviewing and optimizing the implementation of government flagships and key programs. And H. Creating jobs for young people and expanding opportunities for the vulnerable in society, including persons with disabilities. The establishment of the National Development Bank under the Ghana Cares program is expected to provide financial support to businesses in Ghana. Government expects economic activity, which has already picked up, to do so even further following the ongoing vaccination exercise and the easing of restrictions put in place to curb the effects of the disease. We expect GDP growth to rebound strongly this year to nearly 5%, above the IMF's 2021 January projection of 3.2% growth for Sub-Saharan Africa for 2021.
The president further assured of his commitment to ensure 100% electrification by the end of his second term.
In the energy sector, the National Energy Policy 2020 has been completed to improve the framework and strategies to meet contemporary energy needs of the country. The government has improved the financial sustainability of the energy sector through several interventions, including paying up the energy legacy debts that you left. Furthermore, negotiations with independent power producers, the terms of whose contracts entail substantial financial charges on the state, are ongoing and should be completed by the end of the year. This should result in a more affordable cost of power for the Ghanaian people. Under the National Electrification Scheme, a total of 1,436 communities have been connected to the national grid, which has increased the national electricity access rate to 85.17% as of October 2020. My ambition is that by the end of my term, the figure will be 100%.
Away from that, economists at the Department of Data Science and Economic Policy at the University of Cape Coast, Dr. William Godfred Cantor, has opined that Ghana has not done enough in transforming the economic structure bequeathed by the colonial government. According to him, the informal nature of the country's economy is partially accountable for its underdevelopment. Dr. Cantor was speaking on the economic trajectory of Ghana since independence on Spotlight Business on MX24 with Nguyen Falon.
Every economy is defined by three main sectors: the industrial, the services, and the agricultural sector. Now, as independent, the agri sector was the main dominant sector of the economy. And basically, we were more of producing raw materials for the British economy. And then over time, we became independent. But becoming independent, we were unable to industrialize quickly to start producing our own, transforming our own raw materials into finished goods. We still feed these foreign economies in terms of raw materials. If you look at the economy at independent, it was a structure that was put in place by the colonial administration to service their economy. So basically what the economy was supposed to do was that it was supposed to produce raw materials to feed industries in the British economy. So the basic structure that was put in place was a sort of a raw material hub for industries based in the UK who manufacture it into finished goods and bring it back to the Ghanaian economy to be purchased. And I don't really think we have been able to move away from that structure that Guggisberg put in place.
In a related story, Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area, Mene Wamkele, has stressed on the need of African countries to move from the colonial economic model, especially in the area of oil and gas processing. According to the Secretary General of AFCFTA, the ability of African oil-producing countries to refine their own crude oil is very crucial to the success of the trade pact. Mene Wamkele was speaking at the ongoing Ghana Petroleum Conference.
Colonial economic model that I referred to, so that we rely more on our own refinery capacity, our own beneficiation capacity on the African continent, and contribute to Africa's growth and Africa's transformation year after year as we go into the future. This is a market of 1.2 billion people.
Let's now shift focus to the forex market to look at how the Ghana cedi is performing relative to other major trading currencies, as well as developments on the commodities market. And on that note, we call it a wrap for today's edition of MX Business Breaks. My name is Marie-France Fojo. Keep watching MX24 and have a good afternoon.